Bienvenidos, friends and fam, and welcome to The High Ground. I am Tina, and today we're sharing our right after watching raw movie review of I.S.S. I.S.S. takes place in the International Space Station, where tensions flare after nuclear conflict breaks out on Earth. Soon, the U.S. and Russian astronauts each receive orders from the ground: take control of the station by any means necessary. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, we'd really appreciate it. Now please enjoy our raw movie review of I.S.S.
I did.
You think
because,
it's bad?
As we were talking about it, yeah.
Well, I didn't think it was that bad.
I didn't think it was
So
that-
let's start maybe with the bad. Like, what didn't you like about it, and then we can start with and we can end on a good note.
I guess. I think that what I thought was going to be the best part ended up being the best part. I think the concept is so intriguing and so interesting, and you can of course make a lot of tension building moments with that type of premise.
Yeah.
And I think in the first half it did. We missed a little bit of the intro, but I don't think we really missed much besides them getting to the station.
So yeah.
And so like throughout there you could see already some hostility. They kind of drop some notes that there is something going on as it is right now with America and Russia, and there's like an underlying thing.
Yeah, the suspense building I thought was good.
Yeah.
From the beginning, because they would land on certain moments, like you're saying, to kind of get you thinking that, oh, this will come back to play. And they'll also land on certain facial expressions and certain, moments with the group that you're like, I don't know what kind of guy this is,
Yeah, exactly.
I also thought the music helped a lot to build that suspense. It felt very creepy and like if it was a mystery kind of thing, along with this kind of space tone they got going on.
Yeah. And so I guess we're starting off with the good that I saw. I thought that was good. And moving into what I thought was bad is that I think they showed you too much.
Really?
I think that it would be better if they just kind of let you piece things together yourself and maybe leave it, because that's really where it is. I know there's a need for people to see what happened and know all the actions, but like sometimes seeing this X person doing Y thing kind of ruins the moment of like building the suspense and the tension. Like, did they do it? Are they going to turn on us? Will I turn on them? Like, it kind of just went out the window immediately.
Because they did take time to make you think, like, make you kind of
are they these type of people?
Yeah.
And then immediately they show
afterwards.
you. Yeah, they are.
While we could have found out with the rest of the crew.
Exactly.
I think if you're trying to just make us doubt it, then just
don't
cut it off.
Yeah.
Cut it off.
Like there's key moments
keep
where,
us guessing.
where like they're deciding if they're going to do the action and then just cut away. Like don't like, obviously one of them was very obvious, but there was one where I just know him as Euron Greyjoy where he's very like contemplative and like doesn't know what he's going to do, and just cut it there.
Yeah.
They did cut to a
different,
and then they came back to him. And I was like, bro, I don't need to know this. I can make the assumption myself.
Yeah.
I think
that's all that you didn't like?
No. And then as we move forward, I felt climax of it all, right? I feel that really didn't hit as emotionally as I thought they thought it was going to hit, with them, rescuing somebody and it coming back, and then they just 1v1 and then that's it, and you're just kind of, then I felt like they rushed the ending too, like very much just cut.
Well, it was a short movie.
It was a short movie, but I think like the concept really drove this, right?
Totally,
the concept is really interesting. I feel like it would make a great short film. It would make maybe a great short novel, like something like that would be really good with this type of idea. But I think they really had to flesh out to just try to get to the hour and a half. Yeah. Which is weird to say for movies nowadays, because they're trying to like get to like 2 hours and a half. They're cutting it. I feel like they just kind of added additional things and additional like emphases of drama.
Yeah.
Even like a random turn towards the end of the movie. Not really random, but it was just like, what was your plan here? Why?
I think I looked at it a little differently, because I liked, I think, more of it than you did, and part of it was there was an underlying tone of like, will they, won't they, sure, but it's also kind of this humanity question, right? That when given this situation, like as humans, we're naturally going to get aggressive, and as humans, we like war. But they really were trying to point out that those survivors are those that are empathetic. They want to connect with others. So every time, and spoiler alert, every time someone died, there was always a moment of like genuine humanity. This is what we have in common: death. And I felt like I like that. Like I like that they showed certain positions too. Like when the last death, not the last death, but when what's his face, Gordon, when they did that 1v1 and they held on that last moment of them holding each other, I again thought back where I was like, wow, okay, like this is kind of telling us again that even in death, like this is what makes us human. This is how we're common with each other. Because of that, I liked kind of the character building a little bit, because when we got there, we were following along with the newbie, and we didn't know much about the people.
We still didn't know much about.
We were
there for a day.
We learned a bit.
We were there for a day. We had one dinner. We fell asleep, and then all of a sudden, war.
Actions speak louder than words, and the way they decided upon doing things, I think, show their character. And so I like that we got to meet and grow in a way their character through the eyes of the newbie, because again, she was doing that too. And she was the lamb coming into the wolves, and I felt like the fact that she could stay a bit neutral in a way, she could stay herself, like, I don't know, I like that by the end,
she doesn't have allegiances, but I feel like those are like cheaply earned, right? Like it's just again driven off the concept of what's going around them, right?
Yeah.
Whereas you're choosing your allegiances, which I understand, like you're saying, she's staying neutral.
There is a moment where they all went up to that window for the first time, and again, the Russian lady, she was talking about this belief that when you see this view, all of these borders and all of these kind of notions of we are separate go away. And so I thought that was what this movie was kind of driving towards, kind of really showing that when someone views the world that way, I think things come out in a better, like they survived, they lived.
You don't know that? You don't fucking know
the
that.
ending doesn't. Okay, it's not
ambiguous. It is a dumb fucking ending. It literally is like, what are we gonna do? Where are we going? I don't know.
Because all this movie was trying to show you was that small piece of when you're in this tight space and you have to pick one or the other. Is it really about those biasness, right? Is it really about you're Russian and I'm American, or is it about what kind of human are you, and can we find some common ground? I will say that ending it was I felt bad because they were both like, where are we going, right? And we're like, who the fuck knows, because if they go back to their countries, they're criminals, they're traitors, and
they'll off the other person,
and exactly. And so again, like, I think they're sticking together, and that's what mattered.
It felt like none of them had chemistry. Even like the forced relationship between Gordon and Nika.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, okay. Oh, I bet so. Fucking literally waving flags when this guy's going out on the spacewalk. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. And there wasn't anything very like unique about camera or editing.
I think they were trying to do something with like the CCTV type of thing, and
which didn't go anywhere.
It didn't hit anything. Like
it's not a A+ movie. It's not even a B movie. It's your average, like, it doesn't necessarily do anything tremendously awesome, and it doesn't necessarily bomb it either. No. So it's just your kind of average, like.
If this was on streaming, I'd be fine with it, but that I paid $20 for this is kind of where it's like, all right, man. So it's nice that we have a different opinion of this movie.
Yeah. So
which makes me curious about your score.
It's not that high.
Mine isn't high.
Oh, I feel like you're gonna be really
I'm not
tough.
gonna be too tough on it.
I feel like you're gonna be tough on it. So who should go first?
I'll let you go first, since you're much nicer.
When I was walking out of the theater and I was thinking about like what would I rate it, I kind of was rating it around like a 7.
Damn. Okay. Ooh. I was walking out thinking a 6.
Okay.
I'm still happy we came to watch it, because we did push this back a couple days. We had a long week of work, so
yeah, the week was rough. Yeah.
Yeah. So here we are on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, thanks for joining us at the movie theater this weekend. Next weekend, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, we don't plan this much ahead to what movie we're gonna go watch.
Yeah, there's a couple things coming out, so we'll see what we watch. This was one that I was actually looking forward to because of the trailer.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Again,
the concept.
The concept is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it fell flat. It fell flat.
Better luck next time. Definitely join us in our next video, and if you like this type of video, give us a thumbs up. Drop your comments down below. Did you go watch I.S.S. or are you looking forward to a different movie this month? And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel because we love to have more friends on here. Thanks again, and catch you next time.
Thanks for talking movies with us.
Bye.
Bye.